Hello. So let me just get my phone out of the case. Should have done that before. Right. If you just saw that, my Wi-Fi is not working. Wow, this phone is hot. So I'm gonna have to try with my normal internet signal off my phone. So fingers crossed that we keep enough signal. So I'm gonna put it up in the holdall and let's see what happens. Right, just popping you up in here. Fingers. Why do people, Kasha, I just had what happened to you happen to me. I'm trying to do a demo and the partner calls. Great. Now flip the camera around. Look at my head. Right, let's see. Sorry, let me just take it out again. I better just let him know. Right. Sorry about that. Let's put it back up here. Right, so I asked what you would like me to do today, and Kasha is mean to me. She knows I'm not very good at cards. She knows I'm not massively in love with Christmas, although I found some things I like this year. So she said, "Oh, make some Christmas cards." Like, you're so cruel to me. So here we go. Here's some Christmas cards. So I don't have card blanks because I don't make cards very often. So I took some of our Basil cardstock, the marshmallow, the heavyweight from Mixed Media. I chopped it into two. So I had two pieces, 6 by 12, and then I got my scoreboard and just scored at 6 inches. So I've got two 6 by 6 card blanks. So I'm going to try do two at the same time, and I'll have to keep remembering to put them in shot. So I've grabbed, we've got those lace and trimmings bags. Not all of these are from there, there's some from my own stash. I thought winter with snow and things is quite textured, so I've got some bits like that. I've got, of course, the lovely bits that Kasha designed for us with Hobbylicious. Hopefully you caught their show the other day on her channel. If not, check it out because you can catch it on Rewind on the internet. Or I don't know if it's reshown on the telly, but you can definitely get it on the internet. Anyway, so we're going to use these, I think. I've grabbed some flowers. Again, we've got flower packs. Not all of these are in there, but very similar. If not, this one is a really old one, but these style will be in there. And then just, I got some dolls I thought might work. Pulled a few bits out of my box, some wood, some metals, some gems. So we're going to just see what happens. Right, so let's have a look at papers. So what I'm thinking is a kind of really layered card with different things in each layer. So I'm going to first of all use some papers from, this is the Scrapmere collection. Hi Alison, this is called Nordic Spirits, the paper pack that we've got in. I prefer more of a winter feel than Christmas personally. And this is really nice for that, so it's kind of greens, blues, plaids sort of look. And you get this really useful word sheet in there as well. So do check that out. So I'm going to start with this one, I think, on one of them. So I'm going to try and do both at the same time. So I'm going to roughly go to the size of my card, just leaving a border. And I'll just tear that, because I don't want it to be neat now. I want the card blank to be neat, but not the decoration. So, right now I'm going to just rough those edges up a bit. You can, if you prefer a neater look, that's absolutely fine. Use your trimmer, use your scissors, however you like. So that's going to be one, so we'll come back to that one. This one, I've got some of this from the Stampera Cosmos range that I love. So we've still got these in stock, and single sheets if you want some single sheets. This is actually the back page from the pad, so I'm going to use this. It's kind of like the texture of the moon with some writing. Thought that might make a nice one. So for this one, we'll go for that, I think. Have you been having a lovely bank holiday? Unfortunately, I had to work Saturday and I have to work Monday, but apparently it's usually quite a quick day on the Monday, so it shouldn't be too bad. Right, I think before I stick those down, I'd like to get some colour on the background. So let's maybe think ink. I'm thinking. Shall we use a stencil? It's not going to show an awful lot, so maybe just some ink. I think. Ow, my head. The drawer's open, and I just knocked my head on it. That was nice. Let's use this Lindy's, sorry, not the camera, the squirts in Banff Blue, and we'll water it, we'll spray it down quite a lot. Oh, and I just added some clear gesso on these card blanks while I was getting ready, and that's nice and dry now, just because I knew at some point I was going to be using mixed media, like wet mediums, so I wanted to make sure that they're nice and prepped so it doesn't soak through. So I'll just wet those cards quite a bit. So this is very strong colour, and we'll just add some splats of that, get that moving around a bit. I love this colour, it's so strong, really pretty. Trying to get more to the edges because obviously we're going to put paper on the top, so we won't see a lot of this. Yeah, got a blue hand now. Baby wipe. So we try and not get the back dirty. So we'll do the same to the other one, and then we'll give them a quick blast. Oops, sponge just appeared from nowhere. Should be enough, and we'll do the same again just to add a bit of something in the background. I've got that on the back, that's okay, I can always cover the back, it's not a worry. Okay, that'll do. I can cover any bits that I need to. It's nothing to worry about. Right. Heat gun. And when you get that kind of pooling at the corner, you can just get some kitchen mold to dab that off. And it'll help it dry a bit quicker as well. Hello, Mum. So if you're just joining, I'm making some wintry Christmas cards. So I'm cheating a little bit, Kasha, because they are for Christmas, but they're more wintry themed than Christmas. Just because that's my personal taste. So I'm just going to flip these over. I will have to cover the backs and insides. What I should have done, just a little tip for you, if you're doing something like this, while you're doing it, put something in between that'll stop the ink or whatever going onto your inside there. Just try and get these kind of flat again. Okay, right, so that's our first layer. So let's bring back those papers. So I'll just stick those on with some double-sided tape. Oh, this one's not open. That's unusual. It's a rare find. We will probably use foam tape as well during this. Maybe even some cardboard to add dimension. I want this to be a dimensional card. We've got foam tape in the shop. I'm not sure if I've got double-sided tape still at the moment. To be honest, because it's kind of a more basic like material, it just, you know, people are picking them up, so it's kind of a thing you always have, isn't it? So they weren't really selling, so I've not really restocked those. So it's just something people always have, isn't it? You grab them when you're out and about and whatnot. Right, so the second one, this is the trees. You can use glue if you prefer, whatever your favourite medium is, that's fine. Just make sure that it sticks, especially as this is our base layer. We don't want this coming off because it's going to pull all our work off. Hello Lorna, how are you today? So our new kits have just gone out to our team, so they should be receiving those soon. And what I've done this month is a little bit different. So I kind of thought of a theme for them all, or something they'd said they'd like to do. And I had a look through everything, not just new stuff. So some may have stuff from Lucky Dip kits or our past kit boxes, that sort of thing. So, and just to show what you kind of get in those and give you some ideas. Okay, this has got trees on, so it'd be really good to use the trees. Oh, let me just clean that up, put that away before I end up throwing blue ink all over everything. Do remember to shut those after you're finished. It's quite important. So let's use the tree stencil. Now, am I going to do it everywhere, or am I going to think about the edges again? Let's do the edges. So I'm using up my paste that I have. So that was that Imagination Crafts one again. I'm going to go out to the edge, so onto that blue that I just did as well. Okay, that's a bit thick there. It's okay. I think I'll just leave it on the one side. So let's just move that and get that cleaned up. And we'll dry that in a moment. Gonna need some more wipes. So this paste is really good. It's thick, it's got like a grainy texture to it, but it is a bit of a bugger to get off your work surface. It's very pigmented. Okay, that'll do for now, so I'll clean that properly later. As I always say, just be careful wiping your stencils with wipe, that you've not got any really intricate bits in there you're going to damage. So let's just dry that bit. I'm trying to think constantly to the edges at the moment because I'm building layers, so if I go too far inwards, I'm going to cover all that up. Hi Louise, how are you? And I'm going to use the other stencil. I think I'm going to use the baubles maybe. I haven't used that one yet. So you could do this. You could get like 8 card blanks at a time, maybe even, and just do this like a kind of series of cards where they're not the same, but you know, you're using the same ideas, or just as a quick, not quick, but quicker way of producing a batch of cards in one go. Maybe you want to make some for relatives for Christmas or something. Right, so here's this one. Shall we use the baubles? And we'll do it so we get the bauble-y bit on the edge again. Yeah, let's do that. So I want to get the most baubles, so let's do it like that. And I'm not going to go all the way down, because I'm going to cover all of that up, so there's no point wasting our pace going too far down. So that should do it. That looks really good actually. That creates a really nice texture. I'm just going to get that little bit off that's hanging over. There you go. Put that to one side again, just clean this up, and I can get rid of this because I'm not going to use any more paste today. The Borderloo, which is that, the on the card, the blue, or this blue, all it is where I've just put it, I put clear gesso on my card blank, and then I've got this Lindy Squirts. It's really pigmented ink with shimmer in it. I just sprayed my card blank with lots of water and then just added some drops and swirled it around. Basically, it's as simple as that. See what I mean? It's why my desk is all multicolours of gesso. I need to get the glass mat really, but my desk isn't that big, the one that I have at the minute, so I kind of feel that the glass mat would take up my entire desk. Yeah, so that was it. Just some drops of ink and lots of water, and rolled it around and then gave it a dry. Because it's very, very pigmented ink, it keeps a nice strong colour still when you add lots of water. So a lot of inks, when you get it that watery, they're not then that stronger colour, are they? Right, so put them to one side, give this a dry as well. Let's get rid of that funny edge. Ah, you going anywhere nice, Lou? Unfortunately, we didn't get our main holiday this year, and we had a loss in the family. So yeah, next year we are gonna have a lovely holiday because we really need it. We went camping, which was really lovely, nice to spend time with the family. But camping isn't, as I'm sure you know, relaxing, is it, as such? Like, you need a bed and you're not sleeping properly, and it was a brilliant time, but yeah, not relaxing really. So yeah, next year, big holiday. So if you've got any recommendations for that, let me know. Right, so we've now got, these will go into books after to flatten them out, or something heavier. I think that the ink underneath wasn't fully dry when I stuck this down. I may need to go back at the end and stick that with some gel. So we've got our card and some stenciling. Is that dry? I'll just be careful. I'm going to work to the right now. Right, so let's get some more paper going. Oh, I've got this nice vellum. I think we'll have some of that next. I can't actually remember what this is. I've got a feeling this is a Stampin' Up one actually, but I'm not entirely sure. yeah, vellum just adds a nice different layer, bit of texture, something like that. So there's gonna be that one. Keep that bit for another time. Hi Neelam. Did I say hello, Zena? I'm really sorry. When I get making something, my brain just goes. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there's that one. So this is just a simple layer. Quite like that big, but I've run out now. Oh no, I haven't. Let's have a bigger piece. That's better. Okay. I'm just going to use some glue to stick that on. That is not glue, that is an ink spray. That's not going to help. Let's try that again. Yeah, ink spray definitely is not an adhesive, just in case you didn't know that. Oh, can everyone hear me? Sorry, just now you said that, now I'm paranoid that I have my volume down. And this glue will dry clear, so I'm not too worried. And we're going to cover up quite a lot of the now I'm saying volume, vellum with our next layer, so I'm not too worried anyway if some glue perhaps shows through. And again, I'm trying to think of keeping things to the edges. So that we don't cover it all. Right, so here's so far. Okay, with vellum, the heat will make it curl, so you want to make sure you get as near to the edge as you can. Unless you want a bit of curl, that's fine, because it does add a bit of texture. So a little bit of curl is fine. Right, next, a bit more paper, I think. Oh good, you can hear me, that's excellent. Should have asked that at the beginning. Oh, I was going to use some of this. So this is from the Meramis Small Art paper pad, and I thought this bit was quite wintry, so I'm going to have not too much of the dark of this kind of bit. So I'm going to have some of that next, I think. Okay, that looks good. So it's going to be like this, and we're going to start putting our embellishments on in a second. So I'm going to go with glue again, just because I'm sticking to vellum. I just want to be 100% sure. Vellum can be one of those tricky things. This is a great way to use up some scraps as well if you've been doing, say, a bigger project, or you've just got something you want to use up and you've got like a little bit left of paper. Keep them, not tiny bits, but you know, bigger bits like this. They're coming useful for things like this and like journaling or something like that. Right, so now next let's have a bit of fabric. So this one is one of the ones you can get in our trimmings bag, so they're in kits, and I think I put them in embellishments. It's a really nice one, so I'm going to lay that over the top of that one. Now something on this one, maybe the tool again from the trimmings bag. I'll double that up. Right, oh, I've got hair stuck there. I don't want that one. Right, so let's stick that one. I'm going to use glue because tape will show. So I'll just do a little squiggle of glue there. Okay, lovely. It's starting to come together now. The tool. Right, so I want that shape, but then I want the edges to be a bit more interesting. So just take my scissors and kind of hack into it a bit. That's better. And we'll just pop a blob there. Stick that down. Oops. May need to use gel. Let's get the gel because we can always rely on the gel. This is just a soft gloss gel. Again, one of the pots I'm trying to use up. These do dry clear. I'm not going to stick right to the edge because I want some of that to stick up. So it gives a bit more texture. Hoping that the internet is okay, that nothing's blurry or anything like that. Sorry, just whack the camera again. Right, that'll do. I'm just going to give those a quick dry because I've put quite a lot of wet product on there now, gels and glues and things. So we'll just give it a quick blast, being careful because remember that these are fabrics so they burn. And be careful if you're new to heat guns of your hands, do not burn yourself. They're, as the name suggests, they get very hot. Also if you're using metal things like metal embellishments, they will get hot when you heat it, so just be careful touching things. Don't burn yourself because it will hurt. And if you're very careful, what you can do as well is get your heat gun near the tool and it will shrivel up a little bit. Again, being very careful, this is very, very hot. I'm just kind of waving it along that edge. Right, that's a bit better. Okay, right, so I'm not going to use that. That's a baby wipe. I need that one. Let's get those. Right, what's now? Now, embellishments. Okay, I may add a bit of stamping to the edge. Let's do that now. So I've got just a little word stamp. This is one of the little Finnabair ones you can find in our store. This one is, I think it's Messy? No, Secret Notes, this one's called. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a nice little word stamp, kind of really small writing. I'm going to use permanent ink because I'm using wet mediums. So I'm just going to ink the edge. I don't use a block because I like it not to be perfect. I'm just going to go around the edge of my card, not re-inking every time so we get different kind of colours of different darknesses of the black. This is quite a new ink pad still, so it is pretty strong. Just being careful there because I'm not entirely sure that paste is completely dry yet. didn't want to bore you sat there with the heat tool too long. Okay, that's just a little something, and I feel that kind of draws everything in. Now I've done my usual trick of losing the plastic. There it is. Got it. Good to keep those. Now, I'm gonna get in the garden again after, but it is so hot. I mean, it's nice to have the sun, but this, well, for me anyway, it's just don't want to do anything. I've got packed for an event as well, but it's far too hot in here to do that. Right, just checking. I have a habit of working on cards upside down, so just making sure. Right, now I've got some die cuts that the lovely Lorna sent me. I think I'm going to work with those next. So I'm just going to pop these out the way because I want to actually colour them with some inks. So some different leaves. Me and Lorna are having a chat about how much we love leaves. I am considering getting some dies like this sort of thing, but it won't be for a little bit because you know, Christmas stuff and Halloween stuff and the retreat and all that's taking priority at the moment. Right, so here I've got some oxide inks. I've got Faded Jeans, Salty Ocean, Broken China and Hickory Smoke. I thought would go nice with the colours of my project. I'm going to just take those lids off. I'm going to get in it a sponge and I'm going to just start adding some colours. So I'm just going to roughly dab these onto those die cuts. And turn my sponge around. Just till I've got a good enough coverage. I might leave some white, it'd be a nice bit of contrast. These little sponges are found, as long as they're not the really cheap ones, if you stick them in a glass of water as soon as you've finished with them, I think that'll do actually. You can get them cleaned again, so you can use them for other colours. You don't have to keep one for each. I would love at some point to get them velcroed to the back. Right, now shall we, so that's just the ink as it is. Now oxides, if you know about them, all distress is water reactive, but these oxidize. So if we lightly miss those, you'll see they react, but they'll also go like a cloudy colour, where this is the two types of ink try to sort of push away from each other because they're a dye and pigment fusion, and it produces some really cool results. So let's just dry those up and I can show you. Get my scissors. Anything you think of for the shop that you would be interested in seeing, do let me know, because I'm always open to ideas. Okay, so we've got this really nice wintry feel to them now, so I think I'm going to use the big leaves on one and then all the smaller ones on another. So maybe the big leaves on this because I've got more space here. And if you're obviously going to put your card into an envelope, don't go beyond the edge, or it'd be too big for your card, or your envelope rather, unless you're making your own envelope, then that's absolutely fine. Okay, I'm going to have that like that. And this one, let's see, maybe little clusters. Let's just go for it. Back to glue. Let's go back to this one. I'm just sticking a bit of glue on the back. You could add some foam dots. I would recommend gel at this point. There's a lot of texture and fabrics and stuff going on here. So if you're going to use foam dots or something, I would pop some gel on the back there just to make sure it sticks. Or you could use offcuts of cardboard or chipboard, something like that. The little negative bits you get in your chipboard and MDF pieces will work more than well enough. Now these ones are smaller, so they're a bit fiddlier to get the glue on. I'm just kind of layering these up, placing them on. I do really like how die cuts look. I just got no patience to cut them. Is it just me? Am I the only one in the world that doesn't like a die cutting machine? Is it just because I'm lazy? Lorna has kindly given me one, and if we do invest in some of these dies, as I mentioned, I promise to use it. Because I mean, stuff like this is just so useful to have, and then you can colour them yourself like I have done, so you can customise them to your particular project rather than having to try and find something from your ephemera that works. You can make your own. Too much glue on my hands. Okay, so that looks really nice actually. So we're getting towards the end here. I think it's time to add our image or words or both, or to think about it at least. So I have got that. Where have I put it? This card sheet from the Nordic Spirits. So let's have a look. Maybe if that anything on there works. This one here is nice. Winter is here. Maybe with some splatters of blue to tie it into the blue on our project. A snowflake is winter's butterfly. Oh, I like that one as well. So let's cut those two out, and then I'll rough the edges up a bit. So I'll cut them to the size they are first. Kind of neatish, so we get, oops, sorry, room to rough the edges a bit. If you want them left neat, then do of course use your trimmer. This one. It's not that I don't like making cards. The problem that I have is I'm quite used to, hello Gwen, and like a large space. So for me, something like a canvas, a scrapbook layout just gives me that more room. I guess that's why I prefer it. But yeah, the principles for me, for mixed media cards or canvases or scrapbook layouts, it's all kind of the same thought process, you know, just creating layers, thinking about our background, the flatter interest, then building those layers up, our final embellishments. That's the same process, the kind of thought process to go through for whichever make it is I'm doing. It's just how big it is, I guess. I just want to trim a little bit off so we see those lovely leaves. There we go. That's that one. And this one, trim a bit of this bit off. Right, and then I'm just using the sides of my scissors to rough this. You can use the tools you can get. I have got one, but as happened with the last one, I now don't know where it is, so I'll probably never see that again. It may be in my tote thing that I take to crops and whatnot. I will have to have a look because it's quite useful. Right, I actually want to leave a little bit off the side as well. You could, if it's saying a card you send to family or friends, you could even add a little photo on here, I suppose. Okay, so that's going to be that. Let's get rid of those. Now you need to decide at this point, are you going to be adding, I need to trim a bit off here, anything underneath the cards? As if so, you're not going to want to stick these down right to the edge, so that's something to think about if you're wanting to tuck stuff under. Don't stick right to your edge. These little cards, yeah, they're really lovely, aren't they? It's a really nice range actually. It's not too feminine, it's not masculine though at the same time. It's the Nordic Spirits from Scrapmere. So if you go to our website, thompsonscraftsupplies.com, you can go to 12 by 12 packs, or go down to the brand section and find Scrapmere, Scrap M-I-R, and it's in there, and they're really not a bad price at all either. Right, let's commit to that. I'm going to use foam tape now. Now I have to get my foam tape. 1 second, I've been packing for a class. And this is what happens. I put it all in the bag and then I end up getting it all out again before the class starts. Right, so I'm not going to add any more underneath. I know that now, so I'm confident to stick to the edge. And this is just going to lift that cutter part up a bit, which I find sort of helps bring attention to something when you raise it a little bit. And this is our Fabrica Decoru foam tape that I'm using. Really long reels. Rips easily, and the tape, the backing comes off pretty easy, I find. Sometimes I find those things a bit fiddly. Right, so that's that. So now we're just looking at kind of our finishing embellishments to make it super pretty now. Right, so let's see. Get all those. So I've got some flowers. Oh, I have got these little people. Do I want to add these little people? That looks quite nice actually. Yeah, I think they look quite cute actually. Let's have those. So I'll stick them on with foam tape as well. Some people find these scary. I don't know why. They're just kind of vintage for me. I don't find them scary. So that one's gonna go there. And this little baby is gonna go on the other one. They were some die cuts that Lorna did for me, so it's not a die I have, unfortunately. But do let me know if you're interested in dies like that. There is a die company I've been looking at that I'm thinking of getting from, so let me know if that's your cup of tea. We'll get something like that in. And we do have lots of leaf packs, so you could check out, I've done that the wrong way around. You can check out the Prima flowers. We've got lots of winter leaves and flowers in that range. Or check out our chipboards as well. No, I had done that the right way. Oh, never mind. That's stuck anyway. Okay, so there's the little person. Right, we're gonna add some bling. I've got these little gems that from a really mega old Prima flower set. So I'll add some of those. I like things in 3. What I try and do is kind of frame my main image with them. Okay, so that's the bling. Thank you, Martha, very kind. So that's those. What else? Maybe a flower, or is it going to be too much? Watch. No, that looks quite nice there, I think. So yeah, let's use that. Had that flower for ages, so that's good to use that one. I think this one I'll go for the snowflake, actually, because the words are a snowflake. Now that won't stick well with glue. We'll bring in our 3D gel. Thank you, Mum. That's my mommy. Plunk a bit. They're quite heavy, some of these. So these are some Prima not findings. What are they called? My brain's gone. The metal embellishments, anyway, that I had from when we did a winter project at one of our retreats. I'd bought them and I think decided not to use them in the end. And I think we're pretty much done. What I might do is just add some flicks of ink. Let's see. I've got the chipboards, but don't think there's proper room for those today. Don't want to do any more stamping. Oh, I know what we'll do that I'd pulled out for this. I've got from our last kit, the tropical kit, I got the chameleon spray. I thought would go really nice on this, so I'll just give this a shake. Try to shake your sprays side to side if you're going to spray them. Maybe keep them on the side so the mica doesn't just settle at the bottom, although if they're bottles you feel leak sometimes. Perhaps don't do that. I haven't noticed these leak. And if you shake them side to side, all that mica kind of clogs the nozzle up. So let's just cover up the doll and the writing. I don't want to get covered in the ink. That, then I'm just going to flick some of this ink over. If you're just going to use the ink to flick, then it's fine to just shake that up and down. That won't matter so much. You're only using it like this. I like some finer ones, so I'm going to do it with my paintbrush and just tap that on. Oop, more ink. That one a bit. There we go. So that's that one. And, ooh, don't drop a great big black ink pad all over it. That would really not look great. Let's do the other way around. That paintbrush wasn't working very well. Just when you're doing that, dunking a paintbrush in, just be very careful you don't poke your ink and knock it over. Okay, I think we're done. So Kasha, I hope you feel I've met your challenge. So here we have winter is here, and a snowflake is winter's butterfly. I like that saying. So thank you for watching. If you've any questions, do give me a shout. Let me know what you think about dies. Would you like some dies like these sort of ones for decoration, like swirls, things like that. Or is that not something you're interested in? Is there something else you're interested in? Let me know your thoughts. I'm always looking for new products, brands to add to keep everything interesting. So let me know what you think. If you have any questions on anything I've done today, do shout. Minte Papers was meant to arrive Friday, then for no apparent reason the courier changed it to Monday, to Tuesday rather. I'm guessing they were a bit busy because of bank holiday, so that was quite frustrating, but that is coming. I've got it on the website ready. It's just the case of pressing go and that will be live. We've got AB Studios winter range is coming. We've got all sorts coming. What else? I've got some, I can't even remember. There's that many things. You like the idea of dies, Martha? Okay, I'm going to look into that then more, because a few of you seem interested. So I will go back and look at that idea again. So watch this space, and in the next few months I'll see what I can come up with. Have you started Christmas projects yet? Or maybe if you haven't, I hope this has inspired you to. It's really nice to do handmade things for Christmas. I'm hoping to do a Christmas fair this year, so that would be great if I can inspire myself to do more. And yeah, I will see you again. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.